Oh, hello everybody. How are we doing? Oh God, is the music going? Oh, you know what? It's playing in my background. That's awkward. Okay, that's a strong start. Hey Molly, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Well, I felt like I was doing really well, and then the YouTube background started playing what I was saying, and I was hearing myself, and I panicked a little. Did not handle it smoothly.
You got a little
So
nervous. It's all right.
I am very nervous. Yeah, also the intro video. So when we do this other podcast called Late to the Mic, I don't know if you heard about it. It's all the rage in the
N-
reptile world.
I'm not very familiar.
Okay, yeah, you should check it out. The intro video is a bit longer, so when I click go, I have time to click go live,
You have a
and there's a little bit of cuss
little
before
bit of
like a
time.
10-second countdown to warn people. This one, it just goes right to the counter, and you're sitting there like, I hope it goes live before the counter's over. It's very exciting. Yeah. All right. So it's been a long time since we did one of the Chimera Tree of Trusts. Um, People in the Discord know that. I've had a couple people ask if we were going to do more, and because I've not been very active on Discord for reasons, I didn't answer them. So good news, guys, we're doing more.
We're
Hooray!
doing it.
Yeah. Also, there's a little bit of clickbait in the big news. I don't actually think that's real clickbaity. I think it is big
It
news.
was a little bit of clickbait, but it was really good. I
It
really
was
like
good
how you did
clickbait,
that.
right?
It
Right.
was good how
Well,
you did that. Yeah.
oh, thank you. Fortunately, the news is I'm going to have help with that clickbaity stuff because Chimera has a new
Woo!
employee named Molly. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
You can tell by the dashing good looks that she might be related to a Canova employee by the name of Chase Patton. If you're not familiar, I I think they do some
He's
stuff
kind
over
of
there.
small. I was gonna say he's kind of small. He a little unheard of, underground.
Yeah, Canova's this new startup for those that aren't familiar. They haven't been in the industry long. They're really working on the production and what they're bringing to the table. But I really think Justin and Chase, they've got the legs to make this work.
I
So
think they're gonna do great.
yeah, I really hope so. But yeah, so people in the Discord probably have realized like I was in charge of social media, which meant Discord, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all the other things the youths are doing. Um, I haven't been as good at this as I should have been, so we haven't been releasing content like we were supposed to. Mainly because I'm just not great at it, and that's not a good excuse, but it is what it is.
No,
And
that's
we've had,
okay.
and yeah,
We
I think
forgive you.
I I I believe self-awareness is important. And while occasionally I feel like I have brilliant ideas, sometimes I just don't execute them well or I'm not consistent. And so we stumbled upon Molly, thankfully. She was forcing herself upon us in the Late to the Mic episodes at the
Gonna
end.
say, yeah, probably a little more just stumbling, or did I just like force myself to be
You know,
them?
I
Probably
think
a little.
I'm a big proponent of the whole like you make your own luck situation. And you took the opportunity and you said, my
I
brother's
did.
here. He's not going to tell me no. So I'm just going to come hang out with the cool kids.
And
And
did it work out so well, or what?
I would argue it worked out spectacularly. So in one of those after episode sessions, Molly made the joke of, at least I thought it was a joke, of being like, hey, I'll help you out with social media. And things moved very quickly from there because I was like, oh, I need this in my life.
Well, it was so funny because Chase was like, Patrick was wondering if you were actually being serious or if you were joking. And I was like, I'm not joking, but if this is real, like let's do it. And like let's like go, let's get this going. And yeah, it was just so funny. He was kind of thinking you were joking at first, but he asked me if you were being serious. Are you
Yeah.
being serious?
Yeah. Well, it's just like I wasn't sure. And I was like, Chase, I don't want to look like the guy who's like, hey, you want a job if like you were just joking and I missed the joke. And so I'm like, Chase, can you? It felt a little bit like high school. I'm like, can you pass a note and be like, do you like
Yeah.
me? Yes or no? It felt a
You
little
want to
bit
work
that
with
way.
me? Be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, just check
Be
yes or
honest.
no. Um, and so yeah, it worked out. I mean, perfectly, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna bring consistency. I think it's gonna be better for everybody in the tree of trust. They're gonna get better content. They're gonna get it more consistently. And I think overall it's just going to be a win. It's also going to help at shows. Having another person there to help us. The other, I guess we haven't let people know, but I guess we can. We're going to be vending at Tinley in March. I know I said I never would, but here we are. So Molly will be at our booth with us. Well, sort of. She'll be at the show with us, I guess. She'll be at the
walking around a little bit.
and walking around throwing lanyards at people. Yeah, just
watch out for that.
Yeah, no,
watch out for lanyards flying. Just know it's
that's it. Right,
Chimera.
that's it. Yeah, they're just Chimera lanyards. It's fine. They're perfectly safe. They may poke you in the eye. Who knows?
Get sued.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry. I have
my first snake show. We're gonna get sued.
Immediately. Thanks for that.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah, that's good. Jokes on them. I have no money, so it's fine. Yeah, guys, you can sue me, but you're not gonna get much.
You're not gonna get a lot.
Yeah, you get some snakes, I guess, but Andre's gonna be real upset with me on that front. So, oh my God, it's gonna be good. Let's see. Oh, Chase is in the comments. Oh, that's so sweet. Chase,
can I look at the chat?
I think you can look at the chat.
I don't know if I can. I click chat and I don't think it's letting me. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Let's see. Okay, so real talk. We want a deal. We just asked Molly. So Andre's still in charge of sales at the moment. If things work out with Molly and I don't have to awkwardly fire her, there's a chance she could get to that point. And then, she'd be the one you'd have to try and win over for that. But you can try talking to Molly first, see if she can win over Andre. But I'm not able to convince Andre to give out deals. So, Troy doesn't know yet. Troy's going to be really sad when he finds out. I think we've crushed some of history.
Late to the mic this week.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Yeah, Troy's going to be spectacularly jealous, which is going to be good. It's going to be good. I actually think he's on another podcast tonight as well. I think he's doing something with somebody else. I know. Everybody's getting around. All right, so I've talked way too much at this point. You want to introduce yourself? Talk. What do you want?
No,
what do you want to share with the
it's
world?
fine.
Sure?
So I'm Molly, and then for those who might have missed it, I am Chase's sister. That's pretty much how I've been known, like my whole life. So, but now I get to be Molly at Chimera. So I get to be at the Snake Show and be Molly as Chimera. Chase's sister is here. That's cool. So, really exciting. What do you like? Do you want to know stuff? I mean,
tell me. Yeah, what do you know about reptiles? I should have asked all these before we did this, but you know what? Let's just do it now. It's fun. What do you know about snakes?
Well, obviously, Chase and I, like, our family had Southern Indiana reptiles for a while. Okay. We started that when I was 10. So
okay, yeah.
And then Chase started doing stuff with Justin, and we kind of just got out of the business because Chase was going into a bigger side of the business. But rat room, that kind of stuff. Did that. Oof. Did my cleaning of tubs. Did the business I was supposed to.
Making you clean rats, that's tough.
It's a horrible job.
But
I didn't do it all the time. I mean, it was Chase and my dad that did a lot of it. But obviously it was technically like a family business. So, we helped a good amount. But yeah, I mean, I had my leopard geckos. I got to have those. So, which there's 2, not a lot. There was 2, but they were so good. That's pretty much it. We had the snakes for a while and that's it. And then I haven't really, I always talk to Chase about like what he has and everything. And, I still try and keep up with what I can in the snake industry with him. And, I haven't for a while. I didn't like think about it a lot. And then when I started watching Late to the Mic, I was like, man, I miss this. I was like, the conversations and like the podcast with Justin, it was great. Like, just like listening to you guys actually talk about like different morphs and everything and what you're doing in the industry. It's like, this is really, really cool. And it's, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to get back into this and just enjoy just being a part of it, and just getting to talk to you guys like after the shows. It was always just like highlight of the week. So, getting this opportunity to like work for you Honestly, I'm over the moon about it.
No,
So
I am so excited about it. I knew like it was a positive when like I pitched it to Andre and there was no pushback. So normally like in the Andre and Patrick marriage, which you'll
you
really
get a
get to
little bit of
experience.
pushback.
Oh yeah, I'm the spender, Andre's the saver. Because he's always like, I need that money to live on, Patrick. And I'm like, it's only money, we can make more. And so I'm definitely the
You don't
spender
need
though.
it.
Yeah, what do you really need the money for? I mean, come on. Um, and so normally when I present an idea, there's always some haggling that's involved where he's like, okay, but like that means you can't go to this show then if you're spending that money. And I'm like, well, that's not fair. Uh, and so
Like,
when I was
Dad,
like, yeah,
quit.
exactly. It's exactly. So I call him and I'm like, hey, I think we can hire a patent. And he was like, we can't afford him right now. And I was like, no, not that one. And he's like, what the fuck are you
Not-
talking about?
There's an extra.
Yeah,
There's
I
an
was like,
extra patent just like lying around.
just laying around in Indiana. It's fine. And he's like, well, is she gonna move down here to do stuff? And I was like, no, she's gonna do it all remotely, man. And he's like, what else is she gonna do? So then I start going down the list, and he's like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, whoa, no pushback. Okay, this is a solid start for us. I like this.
Like I said, I'm super excited to get more engagement, get the like Instagram going. Not that it's not like active, but getting to do more posts and just
Yeah,
having more engagement. I mean, the growth with social media is just so important. So I'm really
yeah.
excited.
No, it is important, and it's one of those things. It's like it frustrates. I know it frustrates Andre. It frustrates me too. Where it's like we know it's important. It's just it's one of those things where I feel like it's the last thing on the plate at the end of the day, right? It's like you go through,
Right.
you do a bunch of stuff, and then by the time you get to the end of the day, you're just kind of burned out. And that extra like hour or 2 hours or whatever of getting like social media content ready, it really like shouldn't be an excuse to not do it, but it's what happens.
But I mean, it takes time. Like you said, I mean, it really is like at the end of the day, like you're there to take care of the snakes, breed snakes, sell snakes. That I mean, like you just don't have time for the social media, which is, I
Right.
mean,
It is what it
that's what
is, right?
happens.
Yeah, it's kind of what happens. It's not the best excuse in the world. Like you're supposed to find time for that stuff, but I didn't. And like I would go on you if you look at like our Instagram, like you'll see these streaks where I'm really good and I'm like posting every day for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden I'm gone for like 3 months. And it's not on purpose. It's just like well, I'm gone. Like I think about it, and then it's like by the time I think about it, it's like 2 in the morning. I'm not at the hatchling house anymore, so I can't go take pictures because the hatchling house is like 45 minutes away. And I'm like, God, I'll just do it tomorrow. And then of course tomorrow happens, and then the next
and,
tomorrow, and
and
yeah.
then the
Anyway.
next tomorrow, and then there we go.
And then
then there's
3
another
months
3
later.
months.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh. And then Andre's like, so how's things going on social media? And I'm like, great, but you shouldn't check. Like,
Please don't look.
Yeah. 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 Don't look, but it's fine. Things are going great. Trust me. And then he's like, when we first merged, he was like, okay, so like the goal is like one video a week. And I was like, oh yeah, totally doable. One YouTube video a week.
So true.
Yeah, guys, it's so it's been almost actually 2 days ago was our one, I think 2 days ago. I think it was February 11th. Anyway, it's been a year since we merged, which means we should have 52 videos by those numbers. I believe we have 3. So I'm crushing it.
You're doing so good.
I'm so good.
You're my boss now, so I also have to just hype you up with whatever you
No,
say.
no, you don't. Not at all. That is not. That is not.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh, good. You know what? I need that. Thank you. I get bullied so much from Andre. It's rough. So yeah, clearly I haven't been on top of it. We had a Patreon before, and I was doing so bad in my mind about putting up content that we just stopped charging people because I was like, this is like,
it's not nice. This isn't right to people.
Yeah, that was it. I was just like, I'm not giving you all the value you deserve. All of the money you paid in still gets to go towards snakes, so that's a win for you. But like, you're not getting like exclusive videos. Like, I'm not on top of stuff. And I was just like, until we can get that organized, like, I can't I can't charge y'all for it. Like that's just outrageous. Uh oh yeah, Ball Lab says let Molly be the face of Chimera from now on if you want sales. Absolutely, that's the goal, guys.
Why do you think I'm going to Tinley handing out lanyards? We
Yeah,
all know the
guys.
big secret.
Yeah, guys.
You know, we say social media manager,
Yeah,
face to be there.
yeah, that's
person,
it.
whatever the title is, it's fine.
We want Molly to be the chase, the face of the business. It's gonna be good. Don't let Summer hear that. It's okay. Or Justin. I don't know.
Don't let
Who's-
Summer, don't let anyone at Canova hear that.
guys, don't tell them I just said that out loud.
Please,
It's fine.
don't say that.
Yeah, it's fine.
I did see a comment that did I have a social media background?
Okay.
I not like professionally. I would say that I have pretty much every bit of knowledge on social media possible, though, with every single app. Kind of my whole life as someone who was like a preteen when like Instagram, Snapchat, everything started coming out.
Oof.
Everything imaginable was just right there. So, I mean, it's 10 years of just constantly being on social media. You get an idea. I mean, you really get an idea for like trends and everything, especially TikTok. Trends die very quickly on TikTok, and like sounds, music, those kind of things that really give some sort of engagement to outside people that normally wouldn't view your content. I mean, a lot, it dies really fast. So if you're not right there, then you post something that has a sound that was popular like 2 weeks ago, it's not going to look great. Just engagement wise for like people on the outside, like they're going to look at that and be like, this company is like trying to do something and it's not like working.
It's funny. It's sorry, keep going. Sorry. I'll tell you
no, go ahead.
No, it's funny you say that point specifically. So we have another employee that takes care of the tubs and stuff for us, and she's also young. And I had a very specific moment on TikTok where like the It's Corn video was very popular, but I'm not on TikTok. And so once it got to Instagram, I knew about it, which of course was like a month later. And so like I told her, and she's like, that has been not cool for like a month, Patrick. What are you doing? I was like, oh, it's the hottest shit in the world on Instagram right now. And she's like, old people. I'm like, okay,
that's what people, and no one that uses TikTok, like Jason Abby, she will send me reels like that I've seen like 4 weeks ago. Like, that's so funny and original. Yeah, I mean it dies really fast, but TikTok also spreads business like wildfire. I mean, you get like one viral video, and I mean, it's unbelievable what TikTok does. I mean, there's a lot of bad with TikTok, but at the same time, as a business, it's probably the greatest thing you could possibly do.
Cool.
Just that. And then Instagram obviously is Instagram. I mean, I think Instagram's still doing pretty well. It can bring in a lot. But yeah, that's my background. That's what I got.
I love it. Oh, can we do a Chase versus Molly grappling match at Antoine's next grappling event? That's up to Molly. I mean,
yeah, totally.
Of course.
Just say
not?
Why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? It's gonna be a Chimera Canova grudge match. Winner takes all. Molly, I'm really gonna need you to win that one for us. Much higher stakes for Canova, but it's okay.
They don't need to worry about it. It's fine. Again, don't tell Canova.
You know what, guys? Just go ahead and text Justin now. Let's just get this out of the way. I'll get the awkward phone call in a minute. He'll be like, "What are you doing?" He'll be like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine."
Why are you hiring another pen? I just love it so much. I love it. I told my parents, I call my parents and they're like, huh. And I'm like, well, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? And they're like, no, that's really cool. It's really exciting. They're just like, so you and Chase are just gonna be together all the time then? Like just like doing stuff together? And I'm like, well, I hope so. And then my mom is like, oh, you're gonna replace him. You gotta ask Chase how he feels about this.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, it was so funny. I've been joking with Chase. I was like, did you give Patrick my number yet? And he was like, no, not yet. I was like, "Are you afraid that I'm gonna replace you? Be honest."
Oh,
One
that
patent
is
has to come up on top, okay?
that's the way it goes. It's like the Highlander, right? There can be only one.
There's can be only one.
There can be only one. I actually had somebody, they were like, "Are you using Chase's sister to try and lure him to come work for you too?" And I was like, "I don't know if it works that way, but you know, I mean,
Whatever happens, I mean, great, right?
yeah." Yeah, I don't
I mean,
unfortunately, I don't think Chase and Justin are gonna be separating anytime soon. I think
I think they're pretty
yeah,
inseparable for
I
sure.
think so at this point. They
A
got a
little
good
bit,
gig going. Yeah.
a little
Guess
bit.
they're doing some okay stuff over there.
It's the coolest thing though. I mean, I've been talking to Chase just all about it, and I just keep telling him I'm so excited. Just the fact that we're already like super close. I mean, we are just like best
Yeah.
friends, and the fact that we get to be in the snake industry together again is just like
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't stop smiling about it. I love it.
No,
I love it.
it it's gonna be good. Somebody said Molly is too young for Highlander. Do you know about the Highlander TV show, or were you just being nice?
I was being nice.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I know a lot though. I don't want to be pegged as the young person who doesn't think.
I know stuff,
Where I
guys.
know stuff. Give me
Uh,
any 70s and 80s music and I got it. But like TV shows, like movies even. 80, like give me like old movies and stuff. But TV
it
shows I don't pay attention to.
No, that's fair. It was like the 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, it was rough.
I was
It was a
I was born in 2000, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that out of the way. I was born in 2000.
oh
Let's
my
get
God.
that out of the way.
My youngest sister was also born in 2000. That is, oof, wow. I just feel so old all of a sudden. Thank you for that.
You're so
Thanks.
welcome.
Thank
It
you.
was gonna
Yeah.
come up, okay? It was gonna come
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I did, I guess, know that you were that age. I just hadn't really thought about it. That's okay. I'm younger than Andre, so he's really the old man of the business, so it's fine. It's
You're
fine.
still doing fine. You're not a boomer yet.
Ooh, not yet,
Although
but
I
I
although I did
definitely
tell you I would call you out if you were acting like a boomer.
I was
I'm
definitely
gonna call
filming
you out
some
on that.
videos. I was filming some videos the other day, and as I'm doing it, I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to get judged when I send these over to her. God damn it! This is not gonna go." I was like,
I was
"Oh."
waiting too. I was like waiting for videos. all, all last night I was like,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
seeing
feel
this.
that. I guess I need to go check the access on the folder. I thought I gave you access, but maybe you're only allowed in like
Well, it's set. I had like some access. We'll talk about it. It's fine.
yeah, we'll
We'll
figure it
talk
out.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is the behind the scenes how the sausage is made. I send links to things that you don't have access to. It's a fun game I play. I'm like, why aren't you
We're
being
doing so
productive
good.
right off
We're
the
doing
bat?
so
Yeah,
good.
this is pretty par for the course, if we're being honest. We really like to do things the brute force method. You know, a lot of trial and error. It's good.
We're
It
just gonna
goes.
throw it. Well, yeah, let's
Yeah.
just do it, and if it doesn't work, we'll fix it. That's it.
It's fair. Chase is the most likable person in the hobby, but he could be more likable if he showed up dressed as Deadpool. Hmm.
If Chase should have. I think that's gonna be a pretty hard sell, but
Yeah,
you may convince him.
it's gonna take a lot more
That's
effort
gonna
than I'm
be. I
probably
was gonna
willing to
say,
put in.
it's probably
I
gonna
don't
be a pretty hard sell.
I don't know if I could see him dressing up in like Deadpool cosplay, like
Mm.
World War II cosplay, obviously. But
You could even get him with a Han Solo, probably. But like,
definitely a Han Solo.
see, you could at least do that. But
Yeah.
Deadpool. Hmm.
Now
Yeah, I
hold
have to
on.
like
Chase
click
being the most
with his
likable
comments.
person in the hobby. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I'm
The most
comfortable with
likable
that.
person.
Yeah.
You think it should be you? Who do you
No, absolutely not me. I have
You're
specifically been told
you're
I
such
am
a little gossip
abrasive.
queen.
Yeah. I've been told I'm abrasive. I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but I don't think it was good. And yes, I am the drama llama. I love it so much. I grew up with three younger sisters, and I feel like that rubbed off a lot. So I was like, you know, just and that we're all relatively like we're all only like 3 years apart. So it's
You
I
are
blame them
right in
for it.
there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, and I still get all of their drama, so it's great. It's wonderful.
I can't
So,
tell you how excited I am for Troy to find out.
oh man, do you think he'll cry?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
But then
he's
he'll remember that I'm gonna be at the show, and then he's gonna be
oh
happy again.
oh God, I just so many thoughts. I'm gonna have to put Troy through harassment training.
Troy's gonna get a call from HR.
Yeah, Chimera HR is actually gonna have to call Troy and be like, "We're representing Molly Patton. Things are unfortunate." Uh, oh my God, so
Oh,
good. Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I mean, shows are fun in general, right? And then just it's always an adventure. And this is our first time vending since 2018, 19, so it's been a while.
exciting.
So yeah, I'm curious to see how all this goes down. With the vending, I hope it goes well. I'd like for it to go well.
It's gonna go great. We're gonna
Yeah,
make sure.
you know what? That's right.
As
I
the
need to be
social
more
media
positive.
manager, I'm gonna
Yes.
make sure that it goes great.
Somebody said, Ball Lab says, Molly, you have no idea what you just got yourself into. Does Chimera pay into unemployment currently? Hurtful. 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 Oh my God, that's amazing.
No, the shows are great. I don't think that I went to Tinley. I mean, obviously, we went a couple times
Uh-huh.
growing up, and then I went in 2018. I think it was
Okay.
2018, just to see Chase for like 2 seconds, and then I haven't been to Tinley in like a while, like a hot minute.
You know what's funny? I actually remember that.
Do
Uh,
you?
no, I do because we came over and we were vending. I can't remember if we were vending, but I remember coming by the table and Chase being so giddy. And he was like, "Hey, this is my sister," and like introducing you. And it was like a very quick like thing because
Yeah.
even at that point, I didn't know Chase that well yet.
Mm.
We were friendly, but I wouldn't say we were friends yet. And so it was kind of a very quick, like it wasn't a big deal. And then I feel like you were at the Tinley after his incident. Did you come with your parents or was that just the parents?
Oh no, I didn't go. I don't
You
think I went.
didn't. Okay. Because maybe it was your
But I also
mom.
I have a really, really bad memory, so
Oh,
I'm
good.
trying to think. I'm trying to think if we did or not. Well, back then, like,
Yeah. You're like, there were a lot more drugs back then. No big deal.
I'm like so good now,
Yes, so
for
good.
sure.
I've been sober for 6 minutes. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
Um,
Yeah, I can't. You know what though? To be fair, I can't remember either. Oh, you know
I
what?
want
Hold
to
on. While
say
we're
that it
talking, I
might
have
have
a
been just
picture.
my parents.
It may have been. I have a picture because I took a selfie with Justin in the background, and your parents were sitting next to
Were you
Justin.
just trying to get Justin in the picture? Like,
Oh
you're
yeah,
like,
absolutely. And then I sent it to him, and I was like, "Hey, bud." It was very creepy. I don't know if Justin still really gets me. I think he tolerates me, and I'd say we're friends. But like, I know there's definitely moments where he's like, "What is going on in this guy's head?" Like, I know
what's
that.
he
Like,
doing? What's he
yeah,
doing? Again,
he's definitely like, "What's he
he's
doing?"
gonna be thinking that once he realizes. All right, he's like, what is going on in this guy's head right now?
Oh, it's so good though. It's funny.
It,
I don't.
it's social media manager time though, because JT just posted his too.
Oh
His
yeah, I
content
know.
media manager.
It's crazy. He actually he called me and he told me and he was like, "Yeah, I hired someone." I was like, "Oh, well,
Guess
I
what
have
I
something to tell
did?
you." Yeah, I was like, "I also hired someone." And he was like, "Oh, dude." So now JT's all about metrics and he's like so excited. He's like, "All right, so at Tinley, we need to like meet up and we got to talk about like deliverables and metrics and like how they're performing and like how we can get, more productivity." And
I
I'm
gotta
like,
go hard.
"Oh man," I was like, "JT, maybe we wait a little bit longer than like 3 weeks after they both start to really start going through the numbers."
No, it's gonna be great.
Oh,
I'm ready to be put to the test at Tinley. I'll be ready.
Perfect.
I'm confident.
You're like, I got this, guys. Don't worry. I
I'm
really
so confident.
gonna be perfect. The comments have summed this whole talk up perfectly. What's the announcement? Did I miss something? Then response: Patrick sucks at social media, so he hired Chase's sister. There it
Yep.
is.
That sums it up. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Chimera hired Chase's mysterious sister.
Mysterious. I like that. I should be mysterious.
Are you? Do you
That's
feel like
fun.
it's? Do you feel you're mysterious?
Not at all. I think
You're not,
I
not even a
think
little bit.
I think when people talk to me for like 2 minutes, I'm like an open book. I'm like, what do you want to hear? What do you want to know?
What do you
Like,
want to know
I'll
about
give you
me?
any information.
Oh, you know what? You're not in the picture. It's your mom. Mm.
That's what I don't remember being
Or do
there.
you have another sibling? Is it just you two, or is there one more?
No, it's Eli. Eli's there too. I'm the other
Oh,
brother.
fuck! I forgot about Eli. Yeah, you have the brother, not another sister
Oh
though.
no!
I've only
Wow.
met Eli once for like 13 seconds, and it's while he was staying at Chase's house, and
There's an
he didn't
extra
see.
patent if someone wants to hire him too. If anyone wants to hire the whole Patton family.
It's as soon as we get into the video game development, we're gonna bring Eli on. It'll be good. Yeah, I'm looking at this picture. I'll maybe we'll share this one on social media. I look so excited, and Justin looks so disinterested in whatever your dad is saying. If we're being honest, it's pretty amazing.
That adds up.
I'll happily share this. And yeah. Oh, there's some fat Chase pictures in here. This is some good stuff.
Fat Chase.
Yeah, Fat Chase. I miss
I
Fat
bet
Chase a lot.
it's so crazy because I never thought that. Hi, Chase. By the way, I hope you love this conversation.
It's okay. It's fine.
I never thought that he was like fat until
Yeah.
he lost all the weight, and I was like, I like look back at pictures. And I'm like, oh my god, like your
Yeah.
face is so round. Like you look jolly. Like what's going on?
You look
Like,
jolly and happy.
he has those
100.
little
You know what's
rosy cheeks.
you're 100% correct. Like I didn't remember Chase being fat, and then like we were at the house with him and Abby, and I found some old video, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man, you were fat. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I don't remember that at all. Like,
See, that's the crazy part. Like
yeah.
it just wasn't. And now he like runs mountains, does cold plunges. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's become a little bit of a health nut, which is good. It's good, but it yeah, and it's funny though, like thinking back on it, like the moment I feel like Chase and I became like friends. It was at an Arlington NARBC, and this guy's like coming around like recording people. And he like gets to Justin, he's talking to him and recording him, and then he starts recording me and we're talking. And then he like pans over to Chase and he's like, "And who are you?" And Chase is like, "I'm just the fat guy in the videos." I was like,
that guy in the videos.
I was like, oh, I love that so much. So that like I
That's the
feel
guy.
like yeah, that became like this moment where I was like, oh, I'm gonna give this guy so much shit. It's gonna be great. Maybe maybe he trauma bonded a little bit. I don't know. It was good stuff.
What's your favorite show to do?
Man. So if we're just talking like the business side, it's the NARBC October Tinley. I feel like that's kind of become the mecca, or I shouldn't say kind of, it is like the mecca. Everybody brings their new projects there. October is when people are showing off all of the new hatchling stuff. It's, super packed. And there's just like an energy there. My favorite shows to go to though, I like Daytona, but specifically because we don't go to work at all. Like we go to do networking and then hang out. And so it's more like a mini vacation with like business thrown in loosely.
Do some
So
rat shit, but also, just shake some hands.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's exactly what it is. But yeah, I think October Tinley is probably like that is still like the standard for
show.
Yeah, for like ball pythons and like what people are bringing to show off. I wish it was bigger. And when I say bigger, I don't mean more vendors. I mean like more space because it gets very packed in there very quickly.
It gets packed fast.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's
so,
it's pretty tight.
that's the only thing I don't love about that. But yeah, I think it's October. March Tinley is cool. But it's a lot of stuff you've kind of already seen.
Doesn't have the
Um,
same vibe.
no, it's just different. And then the Dallas shows, or now Dallas shows, used to be Arlington. Um, it was actually it's weird because it was in September, and that always felt a little early for people to do like big releases because their stuff was just hatching out, or maybe like it hatched out in August and they didn't want to bring it to the show yet. And then February was like the show right before March Tinley, and you're like, okay, like I've already seen
Right.
all of this stuff. So it was just kind of like I felt like those kind of diluted themselves a little bit, and I think people intentionally. We went to a reptile super show in California this year, and that
Mhm.
one was really cool. It was a very different market. It was a very different show than like October Tinley.
Oh, for
Um,
sure, yeah.
but like it was much so it was 3 acres of space under like a roof. So it was huge,
Mm.
but it was different. Like, the vibe was very different and the animals there were different. And but yeah, really long answer to say
Probably a nice
October 10th.
change of pace, though.
It was really cool going and seeing. I think sometimes we get really stuck in like our own little world of like just ball pythons, and then like a step further in like mainly high end ball pythons, and so
Right.
we corner ourselves pretty intensely pretty quickly. And so going to a show where there was basically no high end ball pythons, and I would argue relatively few ball pythons compared to other shows, and tons of just other species and geckos and monitors and turtles and everything else. It was really cool to get to see that side of the industry more than before. So yeah,
Definitely. Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
why I say even the smaller shows, it was really hard to like when we would do like the smaller shows in Indy, like it was hard to pay attention to anything else other than ball pythons.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get blinders. Because I would like ask my dad for something and he'd be like, oh, okay, like a leopard gecko, or just like here and there, but like nothing was ever like we should look into this.
Yeah.
It was never a thought really.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I mean, the first snake I had was a ball python, and it wasn't like I didn't buy them initially like to start a business. Like it was like, oh, this is a cool looking pet, and I
Yeah.
guess that in itself, right, is kind of what the allure of ball pythons is. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted something that looked cool that I could handle, and wouldn't get too big, and ball python. And so,
And then you get sucked in and it's like a gateway drug. And then you just
uh,
can't help
when
yourself.
oh man, it was so I bought some tortoises. So I had a dog die, and I was like heartbroken, and I was like, I'm never gonna deal with this loss again. I'm gonna get tortoises because they live forever. Yeah, that was my logic, right? Of course, now I have 2 dogs, and I'm not
Good.
looking forward to that day. So I will sob tears uncontrollable again, and it is what it is. Clearly, I'm a sucker for punishment, but it's fine. Um, but yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna get tortoises. They live forever. And so I got some tortoises. Turns out they do live forever, by the way, guys. It's awful. And so at the show though, I saw the snakes and I was like, oh, those are way more handleable, and like, you can do stuff with them instead of the tortoises that just kind of walk around and poop everywhere. And so I was like, cool, I'll get a pet snake. And yeah, you're right. Like I got the first one, and then I was like, oh, these are really cool. Like I want to make more. And
And then you see
yeah,
like a spider, and then you see a pied for the first time, and it's like, this is
yeah,
real. Like my
yeah.
10-year-old brain was blown the fuck away when I
Oh,
saw a pied for the first time. Are you
absolutely.
kidding me? I was like, there's no way. Like this is real right now.
Right?
Like it was like the coolest thing in the world. I mean,
It,
just yeah.
it's crazy how that works, right? It's nuts. But it is. I think that in itself though is kind of the testament to why they are where they are in the industry, because it is like they hit a lot of the pet metrics, and then you see like, oh, what you can do with them, and you're like, oh, I can this is what I want to do. Like this is really cool. So yeah, it hits a lot of the stuff. Um, let's see, what do we got in the comments? Anything
Yes,
interesting?
I haven't been able to really see the comments because I using my phone, so I haven't been able to look without like awkwardly.
Using your phone, unbelievable.
I know. I need to get a better webcam is what I need to do.
That's a good idea. We might be able to help you out with that. We'll see. Let's see. Troy talks about Molly more than Chase talks about her. Mike, that's why. Oh yeah, Troy is weird.
You know, I'm Troy's like number one. So
that's true. He literally would trade Lisa for you. Yeah.
Every time the podcast comes on and he's talking about someone else, they're like, "Oh, Molly's heart's broken." But I know that when that cliff question comes up, who he's gonna drop off on the cliff and who he's gonna save, it's me every time. I know
every time.
Deep down in here, I know it.
So good. Leviathan, thanks for coming to hang out, guys. Look forward to seeing y'all at Tinley. Let's see. Brian from BC Balls, hello. Dale, hello. Hello, everyone. There's no other species like it. It's the ultimate science experiment. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of it. You got all of the colors and patterns, and it's a huge palette. So
it's more than my tiny little brain can comprehend, but that's why we have Dr. Patrick here. So that's why we have the doctor. So
the doctor, yeah. That is why I got my PhD, was specifically just for this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is mildly funny. When I was in grad school, I was going through like halfway through, give or take, you go through like these performance evaluations, and it's where they're starting to like gear you towards like what you want to do with your life, like post PhD. And so they're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, what'd be really cool is like, develop the ball python genome and then start developing like genetic tests. Like that would be really cool. And I just remember like my advisory committee being like, what the fuck are you even talking about? And I'm like, yeah, guys, no, it'd be really cool. They're like,
we need to get you tested for something genetic.
Yeah, basically.
We need to get you tested.
Basically. Yeah.
That was always when I was a kid, like in school. It was so funny every time I talked about it at all, because it was always like, you get a weird look now. After you say it, it's like, oh, okay, you're the snake girl. So I was the snake girl for a long time in middle school, especially.
Yeah,
I was the snake girl. I didn't help myself though, because I took my senior pictures with them. So.
Oh my God. No, not even a little bit. You are not helping your cause.
It wasn't all my senior pictures, but a little bit, like a few of them. We had a few shots.
I think taking a picture with a singular snake is kind of like doing like a line of coke. Like you can be like, it was only one line, but like, but no one hears it. They just hear you do coke. Like that's it. So they're like, you did what? You're like, I took a picture with a snake, one singular picture, and they're like, this bitch is crazy.
It's so true though. Like, and it's like you get peg-holed so fast, and and even now, I'm like, oh yeah, we used to have snakes, and they're like, I'm like, I'm not a drug dealer, please. Like, what do you want from me?
I think people would be more comfortable if you were, though. That's what's kind of funny.
They're like, oh, I hate snakes, and I'm like, okay. They're like, how do you do it? They like look at me like I'm just like a monster. They're like, those nasty hands.
It's funny to me because I get the exact same response, right? I think we all do. Like, this is not unique to us, right? Like we all get that response, but it's like, I'll go to Christmas parties with my wife's company and like everybody knows me there now, and it's like become a thing. But like the first year or two, whenever I would meet new people, I was either introduced as Amelia's husband who owns a snake business and does snake stuff. Like it was never like anything else, just the snakes, right? Just snakes.
You're just the snake guy.
Yeah. And then immediately you get the like you said, like, how do you do it? Like, I don't like snakes, sir. Or people are very willing to let you know all of the snakes they've murdered, right? They're I had a snake in my yard. I chopped its head off. And I'm like, I had a dog in my backyard and I chopped its head off.
Like, yeah, I saw like a rat snake back there. I just killed that thing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good conversation.
I'm like, well, and I'm just like, one Christmas party specifically, like I clearly was in a mood and like woke up and chose violence that day. And like Yeah, it's something. And like he says that to me basically. He's like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, we killed a bunch." And I was like, "Yeah, I killed a bunch of puppies in my backyard the other day." And like 7 people looked at me and I was like, "What? How's that any different? Like
No,
we're just killing animals now? Is that what we're doing?"
To be fair though, I will say I am deathly afraid of spiders. That I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then they look at me like I'm stupid because they're like, "Oh, so you can handle snakes but not spiders?" Like you, and I'm like, "No, you're right. You are so right. I can't do it."
That's fun. So when you go to Chase's, the pet spider is a problem? Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I think the last time we were there, because I stayed in the room that it was in, I like triple checked that it was locked. I just like kept checking to see if the box was like locked. I'm like, oh my, I'm like shaking, like making sure. I'm like, like checking. There was a spider on my ceiling like a month ago, and Will's not here. He's at school, and I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. I'm like panicking. I'm like freaking out. So I'm thinking, how do I get this off the ceiling? Because I'm also 5'2", so I can't just like smack it, you know. I can't reach. So I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I can't just leave it either. Like, we're not cool. Like, we're not roommates here. So like I gotta do something. So I'm like, what's the one thing that I can do? I just grabbed the vacuum. I vacuumed. I just took like the longest part of it so I could just not touch it and like get as close as possible. I'm like holding it like this, just shaking. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like spiders and me never and will never get along.
Oh my God. I actually had like I have no idea what type of spider it was, but it was in the reptile building, like a wild one that had made like a nest in the corner by the door, and I named him Maxwell, and I just left him there. And like I would throw a bug or a fly into his web every day.
Honestly, if me and spiders could talk, like if I'd be like, hey, if you just like stay in that corner, we'll be cool. But we can't do that. And I know they're not gonna stay there. So like they gotta go.
So
it's either me or the spider, and it's gonna be the spider.
It's gonna be the spider. But you know, like maybe he just thought y'all were roommates. He's just chilling, hanging out. He thought y'all were roommates, and then
he was not paying rent, and he needed evicted immediately. And they're like,
oh my God, that's amazing. I really want to get like a pet jumping spider. Like they come in like people make these really cool like enclosures for them, and they're so cute. So you don't even know what to say.
If there's one thing that's even worse, is if it's a jumping spider, because that shit is moving so fast. That's like the worst possible option. Like if it's gonna be between like a big spider that like doesn't move very fast, or like one of those little tiny ones is jumping all around, I'm choosing the big one.
Yeah,
every time.
Okay, but let's be real. Like they all move fast. That's the big one's secret, right? Like they still move fast.
I know, like, but for some reason it feels like it's gonna be okay. You know,
okay,
you can see
that's
them
fair.
better when you grab them. Like you know they're dead. You know,
yeah.
Like
all right,
you can suck them up with the vacuum easier. Like there's a lot of pros.
There's a lot of pros to the big ones. Okay, all right. So we won't be having you take care of any spiders. That's fair.
Thank God. It's like, Patrick, this is not part of my contract. I did not sign up for that. Nope.
Like this was not a part of it. I'm out. With that, I'm out. You know, Andre doesn't like spiders either, so you're good. You're in good company. He doesn't like. He's never had this kind of visceral reaction to them. But like he's definitely made it clear like he is not a fan at all. But like I've shown him some pictures of really cool ones I like, and he's never been like, oh, absolutely not. He's just like, nope, not a fan. So
like sometimes I'll sit there and I'll be like, okay, look, like if I think about it, like if there's just like a cool tarantula just like sitting in your hand, it would maybe be a conversation.
Okay.
But anything like, but it's because it's big. You see, I think.
Yeah, I see it. I got you. You want to see where it's going. You want to know that like when what's going on, where it's going.
Exactly. If there's just a little fella, we're not dealing with that. Mm-mm.
Oh God. Yeah, that's fair. Somebody said we're gonna interrupt Troy's live chat to let him know. Yeah, I think they're talking about serious topics right now. I think that's fair to not do that, Dale.
I already infect Late to the Mic. We don't need to do it till the podcast.
If it wasn't, I think they're talking about like loss and like because Robin, do you know Robin Markland? He's the owner of Redline Shipping. Really cool guy. Anyway, Robin's great. So his mom passed away and Brian Barczyk passed away within like a day of each other, right? Mm-hmm. So they're going on tonight, and I think they're talking about loss and grief and things like that. So yeah, probably shouldn't interrupt a serious conversation. We'll traumatize him though. Yeah, on Late to the Mic, we will traumatize him. I'm speaking of Late to the Mic real fast. I hope everybody is watching Tiger King right now to get some good questions in for Reggie.
So ready. I'm gonna ask so many questions. I am so unbelievably ready for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. I have so many questions. I actually wanted to get Tiger King like on the podcast. Apparently, you can pay him, and he'll like do like voice calls for you.
What else is he doing? He's
not
got
much
some time on his hands. Probably needs money for like lawyers and stuff. What else is he doing?
Yeah, I don't know, but I really like. If the Late to the Mic thing ever really takes off and we get some sponsors and some money, I just want everyone to know our first sponsorship dollars are absolutely going to that man to get him on an episode. And I won't. Yeah, and I won't feel bad about it at all because I think we're all going to be better for it.
That's the natural progression of it.
That's how it goes. Maybe we can have Reggie and him on at the same time, like a little employee-employer reunion.
That or some beef. Could you imagine the clickbait on that?
Oh my God.
Previous Tiger King employee confronts Tiger King. Are you kidding me?
Yes. Oh my God. I love it. Oh, Derek did that, paid him to come on live with him. Also had Jake the Snake on. Oh, Jake the Snake would be fun too. We get a wrestler. How much do we know how much Derek paid to have the Tiger King come on? Because that
this is a serious conversation.
This conversation took a slight turn, but now I really need to know how much do I need to save up. We may have to put Molly on unpaid leave for a month to pay for.
I'll just be unpaid for a while, but it's gonna be so worth it.
Be like, look, it's nothing personal, Molly, but it was you were the Tiger King, and well, a gay meth addicted cowboy just somehow wins.
I just can't tell you how much I would understand. I mean, truly. Let me get on the backstage of Late to the Mic after the show's over. Even Stevens, that's my payment. Even Stevens.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I felt that so. Yeah. I've had a couple of people when Emily and Ed were coming on, they were like, hey, can we get the link to come on backstage? And I was like, I can't do that to them. I'm sorry.
I didn't even get the backstage just so people don't get mad at you. I was not backstage.
Yeah, Molly didn't get to it. I did feel bad. There were a couple
of show though. That was
Are they not the best people in the world? Like so honestly, I love them so much. And I'm so thankful to Ben at RGI for like including me in the initial video. So they flew down to Virginia to do the initial and Ben didn't have to include me in that. I mean, I'd been helping him, but like we weren't partners in a company or anything. We were just friends working together. And I'm so appreciative of him like introducing me to them because it was really great. And I loved getting to meet them. But like
and the boost that gave to the podcast.
Oh my God, it's huge.
I just texted the whole time. I was like, you're at 60, 70, 80, 90. I'm like, oh my God. It's just like going. And it was so cool. Yeah. Have you thought about bringing them back? Like, are you going to do repeat?
Yeah. So Troy, we all talked about it. And I don't know if Emily and Ed have been talked to about it, but yeah, I think the idea is to have like 3 or 4 people that we kind of have on like a reoccurring thing. Just to like follow up with and see how things are going. And like, and it's generally like, it's the people that I feel like click really well with the group. There's some guests.
The best part.
What's that?
And they clicked. So well.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
We have some guests on and they're great people and I love them, but it's like, everybody's personalities don't always go like well perfectly, right? Like it's good. Like you can tell like it's a good show. It went well, but you're like, I just don't know how much further it's going to go. right? You're not sure. And
Right.
most people are still going to get on repeating roles because it's just the way it goes. But it's just like there were certain people that for sure you're like, oh, like we all meshed really well. Like we can do this a few times a year and it's not going to feel like it's forced.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have a lot to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
you're not just gonna be like repeating the same thing over and over again.
Absolutely. And like, yeah, they also just like, I mean, they get it obviously, right? Like they do this whole YouTube thing. Like turns out that's worked out well for them. So like they understand the social media stuff too.
Turns out social media is good. Is good for companies. Huh?
Yeah, turns out. So yeah, and so yeah, it worked out well. So I'm looking for, hopefully we'll have them on a few more times. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. We're having a big UFC fighter that's going to be coming on the next month or two. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. He's got a pretty
You're gonna have
big
to clickbait
following.
that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to ask him how quickly he thinks he could knock all three of us out.
UFC
that is-
fighters beat the shit out of Troy live. That's the clickbait.
Oh my god, yeah. I'd be like, Jalen, do you think you could beat the fuck out of Troy? Like, do you think you could do that? Because that would be fun. I'd enjoy it.
UFC fighter threatens Troy live.
Yes, that's it. That's perfect. Oh my god,
This
it's
is why
gonna be
you
great.
hired me.
This is it right here. This is it.
Just clickbait.
Just-
You just text me like every once in a while. You're like, what do you think I should clickbait? Like, how?
Yeah,
how
what
should
is
I
the clickbait here? How do we get the people in?
That's all I get paid for to do.
UFC fighter beats the fuck out of Troy. I'm in. I think everybody's watching that episode. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. So that'll be an interesting one. We met him at the California show. He was a really, really nice guy. So he's a big reptile. It's always interesting. Like you would never guess like some of these people, like the reptile collections they have and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and you find out and you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't see that coming. That's awesome. So
So cool.
yeah, it'll be good. Daytona is a blast. Daytona is a blast. That is fair. I have a good time.
I would
Have
like
you been to the
No.
Daytona show?
I would like to. Chase and I before I got hired, Chase and I just talked about me going to Daytona just like to go.
Yes.
Because I want to be there and hang out with everyone and but now that I'm hired,
Yeah, good news. Wink, wink. You know what? Here's the goal, Molly. We have to go without having to vend, and that is going to be the challenge this year with Andre because he wants to vend it, and I do not. So he's really encroaching on that whole boys' weekend idea, but he did at one point after we hired you. He was like, well, yeah, like we can still go, and Molly and I can stand behind the table, and you can go wander. And I was like, yes.
if you all are getting margaritas and sitting on the beach and I am not there, I may have issues with my employers.
Like there will be a complaint to HR.
I will complain to HR if I'm not sitting on the beach with some marks.
Yeah, he definitely was just like, we could do that. I'm like, I don't want to be Daytona, Andre. Stop it. He's like, well, it's a work trip, right? I was like, yes.
Let's so very slightly it is.
Yeah. I'm like, it's a networking trip. It's different.
We're on the line of business and Margaritaville. It's combined.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's a networking event, Andre. That's what it is. He's like, really? How much networking did you do last time? I was like, so much.
So much?
Yeah. I talked to so many people at all of the restaurants about snakes. I
love it.
Yeah. So we're definitely going. It's whether or not we have to work. That's going to be the question. Fortunately, Andre doesn't watch these, so he'll never know about this secret conversation. We're good. When I told him like we finally got Late to the Mic on iTunes, I was like, have you subscribed yet? He's like, no. I was like, do you not listen? He's like, no, I probably should, but I don't. And I was like, that's so hurtful. He's like,
you're like crying.
Yeah. He's like, I literally have to talk to you every day. Do you think I want to listen to you in my spare time? It's like, nope, I don't blame you at all.
I don't need to hear you like just being an idiot with Chase and Troy.
Yeah. He's like, I do that for free already, Patrick. I'm good.
Hearing Troy talk about brown sugar.
Yes.
Same conversations, just each episode. But it's a really good podcast, and everyone should watch it because it's a good.
Absolutely, podcast. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, Andre's already extremely introverted, and so having to deal with me on a daily basis is already a lot for him. So, did we just lose? No. Hold on.
Oh no!
I got mid blink. There he is. There he is.
Phew.
That was crisis averted there. Oh, man. But yeah, he's already has to deal with me more than he deserves. So.
Well, as you know, I'm very shy, so at Tinley.
Oh no, it's gonna be tough for Andre. I'm very looking forward to it. It's gonna be hard for him. He already like kind of doesn't. He likes interacting with people, but like controlled levels, right? Like very controlled. So he normally doesn't go to a lot of the shows or anything. But I was like, well, if we're vending, you have to go. So you don't have a choice at this point, my man. Like, you want to vend, you got to go to shows with me. Yeah, it can't just be me now, right? So yeah, it's an adventure to say the least, but I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we've got Arlington, or not Arlington, we've got Tinley, and then I'm flying out to check out the Dallas show. Because I don't know what that's going to be like this year. We talked about wanting to vend it, but I don't know what it's going to be like. So got to go check it out, see if it's really that different than Arlington. We got Daytona, and then October Tinley. So we got a few shows this year.
Good lineup.
I hope so. We'll see. It can't be bad, right? It can't be bad.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, all right. I think that's good for episode 1. I guess we're gonna do this again. We gotta get guests though. Yeah, we gotta get guests now. Yeah, we got. Who wants to be on the next episode? Can we have Chase? I asked if Chase wanted to come on tonight, and he said no. It's fine.
It's my because he wanted me to have my time.
That's nice of him. Yeah, I would love
Chase's sister. So
I would love to have Chase on. I think we should also have Summer on. I think that would be fun, and we can get all the stories about Chase.
All the stories about Chase have Summer on. That would be good.
See, I think let's find out what work Chase is really like. That's what I want to do. See, because we can't do it when. Oh, hold on, Siri, stop it. Oh God, yes.
I didn't get that.
This is going poorly. Can you all hear me?
Okay, Boomer. It's okay. Figure out your Siri. Hold on. Let him figure out his Siri.
1 second. God damn it. Are you there?
Yeah.
Siri took over my fucking computer. And she's like, I'm trying to tell her to stop talking. And she's like, I don't understand that. I'm like, I hate you so much, computer. The computers are taking over the world. Anyway.
This is why you hired a social media manager.
I need help. Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate that. Courtney, are you going to be at March Tinley? No,
that's the other cool part. Like, I know a lot of these people, just like their names, because like Chase talks about people, but like I haven't met like a ton of people. And like if I did, it was like 2018. It's like brief conversation, like, oh hi. So like I don't remember anybody, Nice. So that's the other part. I'm just so excited to just meet everyone.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Yay, Courtney and Steven are going. Courtney likes to bully people, Molly, so just a word to the wise. She can be kind of mean, but it's okay. She grows on you.
She likes to bully you. Should you think about
that? No, she's pretty mean to a lot of people. It's not just me. So if it was just me, I would agree with you. But Yeah, we need to I need to finish up. I actually started making a form for guests to fill out for this. Oh, I know. You're shocked and stunned, Courtney. It'll be okay. We I need to get that. We can, I guess, post that to Discord and we can start having Discord people come on and tell us their life stories and hang out with us and party like all the cool kids.
Great.
It's gonna be great, right? Look, this is like the minor leagues, right? If we do well here, maybe someday we can make it to Late to the Mic. That's the goal.
We're so close.
We're so close. We're so close. We're right there.
No, this has been great. I'm just super excited. I think it's a good opportunity for both of us to learn.
Oh yeah,
We're learning together.
Absolutely.
So much. But no, this is just so cool. Coolest opportunity I've had in a while.
That makes
be able
me
to
happy.
do something like this.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to get my hands back into the industry a little bit, learn some cool things.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm ready.
It's gonna be fun. Your brother is still on right now. I cannot believe it. He is still commenting. It's 7 minutes past his bedtime. This is a big deal.
I know. He cares. He cares about me. Shocker.
Wow.
he wanted me to do good. So
I love it. Perfect. Let's see. Oh, Ball Labs. I will be on. You know what, Ball Labs? Trevor, message me on Discord. We'll get you on next week. How's that sound? Perfect. Guest number one. Done.
We did
so
it.
good at this. God, we are
so good at this.
We are the best. Andre's gonna be so proud. He's gonna be so proud. Yeah, message me on Discord and we'll get stuff figured out, Trevor. We'll make it work. It'll be fun. Since nobody else was bold enough to demand to come on in the comments.
I thought it was so funny. I joined the Discord as Molly-Chimera, and I was like, do you think people are like wondering first? Like, do you think anyone like looked and saw that and it was like,
they're like,
just
this
like a really like big fan? Like, who? There's just a really big fan in here just wanting to have a Chimera Discord or.
Yes. Courtney, yes, Molly is working for Chimera now. We have the better patent on our team. It's a win.
That's the branding. Better patent.
Oh, we're gonna make that shirt. That is gonna be the shirt. That's gonna be Chimera has the better patent. Oh, it's so good. Justin's gonna be so confused. I can't wait. You're gonna get there and he's gonna be like, so, and you're like, I work for Chimera now. And
I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta work for my boss.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, get out of my house. You can't stay in our Airbnb anymore. It's gonna be good. I love it so much. It's fun. Perfect. Yes, Molly is the new face of Chimera, so it's good. Oh, Courtney says, Molly, we'd actually like to extend an offer. There you go. Look at that. This turns out Chimera is just a stepping stone. You're welcome. So
I really appreciate that. See, that's what I said when like the opportunities. It wasn't to grow with you.
Of course, no, it was to get a better position. Look, I know the end goal is Canova. I understand. Once again, you're trying to get to the big leagues here. I get it. Like, it's fine. No hard feelings here. I would do the same thing. If Justin was like, hey, do you want to come? I'd be like, bye, Andre. So it's fine.
You know what? I see it as, Chase got with Justin very early on. Like it was. Yeah. I mean, it was very early on. Yeah. And look where they've gotten.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you having a patent now? What are
oh my God. Do? That's we're super powered. I mean, because we have the better patent. So it's just the way it is. It's good stuff. But all right, let's see if I can find this outro video. Let's see.
You got it. You're doing a good job. You got it.
All of the Late to the Mic files are like properly named and I know what's going on because I've done it a few times. And on this one, it's like
you're gonna have to get we're gonna have to get our shit together.
The outro video for the Chimera of Tria Trust is named I Shit You Not 170-200-396-8386-500 because literally I couldn't be bothered to rename the video when I uploaded it.
You had a lot of big plans.
Oh, so many big plans. So on that note, everyone, thank you for coming to hang out. We're super excited to have Molly. Tinley is like 3 weeks away, a month away. So come say hi. and party with us at Tinley if you're there. And if you're not, well, you should come because it's fun. And we will see y'all next week when Trevor comes on. I hope he actually meant that because we're definitely doing this. So till then, I'm clicking the outro video. Bye, everyone.